All right, guys. Rick from RW Outdoors here again. We got a kind of a different little show today, different little video. We're getting ready to go on a trip this weekend, last kind of deer trip of the season. Before we get started though, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that YouTube stuff, so you can follow along and see what all we're doing. We're gonna do some really fun stuff coming up, and I think that if you're already watching my channel, you'll like it. So hit those things so you can get the updates. The long and short of it, we got selected to go on a disabled veterans hunt this weekend in Andalusia, Alabama. It's being put on by the Lions Club of Andalusia, Alabama, which is really cool. They're doing it for disabled veterans, children with disabilities. It's sounds like a great opportunity to get a deer. It's on private land. So tomorrow morning early, we're going to hit the gym, and then after we get done with that, we're going to get on the road and drive to Andalusia, Alabama. It's about a 4.5 hour drive from here. And so today we're just kind of getting our stuff ready, going to go over a little bit what I'm taking with me, so you can get an idea of what all you need, or what all I think I need whenever I go on a deer hunt like this. Now this will be in built-in blinds and stands, so we don't need to take a climber or anything like that. We are going to primarily be taking, which you've seen in videos already, my new AR-10 308 with the ATN day-night vision scope on it. We're going to go see if we can't get some cool footage of shooting a deer with this baby. I've had some range time with it now, and I really like the scope. I really like the gun. It's accurate. It's a 308. It's going to have no problem taking down a deer. So we'll go see if we can harvest our first animal with this thing. Of course, as always, we're going to be using North Florida ammo. In fact, I just picked these up from them today. Some 308 Winchester and 180 grain soft tip bullets that they specifically made for us to take on this trip, which is really cool of them. On Monday I asked them if they had them. They didn't, but they said come get them on Thursday. We'll have them ready to go. So you can't ask for any more than that. I am, if I can speak English, also going to take a backup. Now, I don't always take a backup rifle with me, but since I haven't used this gun in a hunt yet, and this hunt is 5 hours away from home, I am going to take a backup, just in case. So this is all packaged up with the, again, AR-10 308 with the ATN scope. But I'm also going to take with me this time Old Trusty, which is what I have been using for the last couple of years, which is my Savage Magpul Edition 650 Creedmoor with the Vortex scope on it. This rifle has served me well. I really like using this rifle. It's accurate. It's had no problem knocking over anything I've aimed at it or shot at with it. Taken quite a few hogs. Have not taken a deer with this yet either. So who knows? Maybe if I get a deer on the first day with the AR-10, I'll take this one out on the second day. We'll see. I like this rifle. It's always worked well for me. So just as a backup plan, we're going to take it with us as well. I don't like to be unprepared, especially when you get an opportunity like this. This is a hunt, like I said, that I was selected for, so it's not costing me anything. It's all being provided by the Lions Club of Andalusia, Alabama. I do not want to get up there and either have my gun not work and be a burden on them and have to, figure that out, when I can just grab a second case and be prepared. So we'll take this one as well, just to be safe. I'm also taking my backpack. I always take this stuff with me. I keep this backpack together all the time. I figure I go over some of the things I have in it, just because if you're new to hunting, and even if you're experienced with hunting, inevitably you're going to end up in the woods and you're going to need something that you don't have. As much stuff as I have in this backpack, I promise you, I'm still going to need something I don't have. But I keep a lot of the things that I think are important in here. That way when I'm hunting, I can just grab this bag and go. Like a fishing lead. I don't know why I have that in there, but guess what? It's there. I can tell you why, because I went fishing last time. Turkey collars in here, which I don't need yet, but we will soon. But the meat and potatoes is in here. Keep my ammunition in here. I will go ahead and load this back up with the new ammo we just picked up today. I keep a rangefinder in here. Some things to stay warm. You know, a balaclava here to keep my face warm. That certainly comes in handy. An extra hat just in case. Headlamps, flashlights. You really can't have too many of these. Yeah, I like flashlights. I do not want to be in the dark. These are wicks for deer scent. I don't use them a whole lot, but you know, why not? Bug spray. Not real particular on the brand. As long as it's got some DEET in it, I use it. Because I tell you, when you hunt in Florida, you do not want to be without bug spray, especially like in archery season, the beginning of the year, or when it gets a little warmer and we're just primarily focusing on hogs. You got to have bug spray. Hand warmers, lifesavers. Keep them in your bag. I won't be without these. And a strap. Hopefully we need this for dragging a deer out. You can wrap it around its legs. You can clip this to your belt or whatever. Start dragging her out. It's a whole lot easier than having to hold on to it with your hands. Let's see what else we got in here. I know there's some more good stuff. First aid kit. Obvious, you should have one. Somebody needs to have one. Knowing myself, how clumsy I can be, or forgetful, or just the million different things that could go wrong, where you could hurt yourself or cut yourself, and you're way back in the woods, it's real easy to have a good first aid kit in your bag. It's not heavy, it's not that big of a deal, it's not going to hurt anything. I keep one of these in here. Now this, believe it or not, I think started life as a curtain. But what I keep this for is when the bugs are really bad. And it's got a hole in it for my head, and I'll just drape this over me. And this does a really good job of keeping the bugs off of me if nothing else is working, because sometimes that happens. Binos, self-explanatory, you need those. Bone saw. You gotta field dress that deer out in the woods and cut the pelvis or whatever you need to do, it's good to have it. That's my shotgun chokes. We don't really need to those this trip. Some more bug spray, but they're in there. I also keep a package of toilet paper in here because you know why. Sucks not having toilet paper. What else have we got? Paracord. There's 1,000,001 uses for this. I always keep a large piece of paracord in my bag. So many times I've been in a situation where that paracord right there has saved me from either having to come out of the woods or just made my life a whole lot easier because I had it. So repairing stands, different things like that. Along with, as well, some zip ties. Believe it or not, these things can do anything. As you know, a performance shop where we build race cars here, we always have these things around. All of our go bags for the race cars have a ton of zip ties because they have 1,000,000 uses. So why wouldn't I have them in here? Well, they're great. You know, there's 1,000,000 uses for them. The last time I had to use one of these was when I was hanging up a hog that I'd shot, and I'd cut the tendon wrong, so I couldn't hang it, so I used the zip tie to hang it, and I was able to skin it without trouble by myself. So, and then lastly, a couple of lighters. These things are great. It doesn't matter how windy it is, doesn't matter how cold it is. These will start a fire, these will burn, whatever you need to do. It's always good to have them. Definitely looks like I am not missing anything. I don't go through this too often, but once every couple of trips, I like to go through it just to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious in here. And again, you know, this isn't necessarily stuff that you need to survive or you need to have, that you can't hunt without. But a lot of these things will make your hunt better. There's been, I think, 2 or 3 times last year where the bugs were so bad, even with the thermocell, even with the bug spray, and without this screen right here, I would have not stayed, but this solved the problem. Headlamps and flashlights, again, self-explanatory, hot hands, knives, all the good stuff that you need to keep in your bag when you're hunting. I'm not super organized, as you can see, but it's in the bag. And that is ultimately what matters the most. One other thing I want to talk about a little bit, and I'll do another video and kind of go into more depth on this, is all of the different hunting opportunities there are out there for either disabled children, persons with disabilities, or mainly, and maybe just mainly because I see it the most because it applies to me, disabled veterans. I've been very fortunate last year. This weekend will be the 4th, veterans type trip that I've gotten to go on. And there's lots of different organizations that do this. There's quite a few different nonprofit 501c that give outdoor opportunities to disabled veterans. Some of them have different requirements. Some of them you just have to be a vet. Some of them you have to be a vet with a certain amount of disability. I've seen some of them that require you to have a Purple Heart. But if you just get online and Google, they're out there. There's a bunch of them. And I really, if you're a veteran and you're watching this, take advantage of them. The state of Florida actually has a state-run program called Operation Outdoor Freedom, and you can go on a state website and sign up for all these different outdoor activities. It's all free. It is random. You may not get picked for a while, but you keep signing up for these things, eventually you will. Earlier, well, I guess that later in 2024, in October of 24, I got to go to Iowa on a deer hunting trip where I harvested a nice 6-point buck with archery, and that was the Iowa Veterans Outdoor Experience, and that was a group of veterans in Iowa that put together this event for hunters, for disabled vets to go up there. I think there was 9 of us total. It was run out of Salon, Iowa, and the organization isn't part of the American Legion up there, but the guys that run this organization are also kind of the guys that run the American Legion in Salon, Iowa. And man, what a great time it was, and the only thing I had to do was get there. My food, my lodging, my hunting license, everything was taken care of. And I met some great people, some great veterans, and really had a good time. So if you're watching this and you're a veteran, please get on Google and look. If you want to learn to hunt, or if you're an experienced hunter, there's, the Fallen Outdoors is another one. The Fallen Outdoors on Facebook, there's multiple The Fallen Outdoors groups. Same type of deal. They're all just organizations that put together outdoor hunts, fishing, and shooting and activities for veterans to help us get through the things that, as veterans that we've had to deal with, especially disabled veterans. So if you are watching this video and you have any questions about any of this, either message me, here on the video, or find me on Facebook and RW Outdoors. Be happy to help you with some of this stuff. And again, I'm going to go through and do another separate video specifically about these opportunities here soon, maybe when I get back from this trip next week. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I am certainly going to be doing some videos and taking some footage of this whole hunt. Hopefully I'm able to harvest a deer, and hopefully we'll have some pictures and video of that and a story to go with it. So we will see when I come back next week. Thanks guys, appreciate it.